it is not every day that an all-time Oscar record falls.
Right.
And, it was brought up to me a little while ago, and some outlets started running with it, that there was a chance that Sinners could break the all-time Oscar record for most nominations. The current record is 14, held by 3 different films. The most Oscar wins is 11. Most recently to do that was Lord of the Rings: Return of the King. So 14 was the record. And I stand in front of you today, guys, that is no longer the record.
Nope.
My vote for Best Picture of the Year, Sinners, didn't just crawl over the mark, it eclipsed it. It got to 16. 16 nominations. The folks at Deadline write this: Sinners, with a whopping 16, just set the all-time record for nominations. It is up for Best Picture, Best Actor for Michael B. Jordan, Best Supporting Actress for Umni Mosaku, Supporting Actor for Delroy Lindo, which a lot of people didn't know if he would get that nomination, but he got it. Director and original screenplay for Ryan Coogler, music score song I Lied to You, cinematography, production design, costume design, sound editing, makeup and hair, casting, and visual effects. Now, I've already seen some debate about, it shouldn't count. The record shouldn't count because they added a new category with casting. True, but they've also taken away categories in recent years. For example, sound used to be 2 different categories.
Yep.
You used to have sound design and sound editing.
And it would have gotten both of those.
And they've merged those. And you know what? I actually kind of agree with the move. They've merged that into one category now, sound. So while one was added, one was taken away. And by the way, it didn't just beat the record by 1, it beat it by 2.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Now,
I mean, it doesn't count.
Although I will say, one of my favorite movies of all time, top 5 for me, All About Eve, was one of those movies. Sinners broke that streak, or broke that record, eclipsed it.
And if we go over and take a look, here's the chart. There's Sinners to the top. We're talking about number of nominations. Boom, 16. Beating out its next closest competitor, One Battle After Another, that had 13. Then Marty Supreme, Sentimental Value, and Frankenstein. Look at that. Frankenstein. All getting 9.
One of those Frankenstein, actually.
Frankenstein.
Do you know what?
You know what one of them wasn't? One of the nominations wasn't for Frankenstein? Best Director.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about that a little bit more.
By the way, how do you think that Pam Abdi and Mike DeLuca are still dancing in the aisles today?
By the way,
are they just sitting back?
It's not just Sinners. Warner Brothers is significantly the studio with the most nominations this year. They have 30 nominations this year, more than any other studio. Has 2025 been a bit of a bounce back year for Warner Brothers? You think? Anyway, by the way, also down there, look at that. F1 with 5 nominations. Everybody guffawed at me the other day when I said F1 was going to get one of those Best Picture nominations. Guffaw, they said. I'm saying, guys, it's crowd pleasing. It's thrilling. It's the kind of action film that the Academy likes. Look at how they voted for Top Gun Maverick.
It's old school Hollywood, man.
It's old school Hollywood.
You got Javier Bardem and Brad Pitt.
It gets 5 nominations. Begonia,
Damn
5.
Believers.
Secret Agent, Train Dreams with 4. Blue Moon with 3. Surat, K-pop Demon Hunters. It was just an accident. And Avatar, Fire and Ash, each with 2. But again, the story here is Sinners with 16 nominations. Now,
maybe Zaslav and Sarandos can have a little victory party later.
Yeah, a little dance. Listen, I don't think that, again, because if we go back to this, a lot of these are in the what they would call the technical things. Visual effects, casting, makeup and hair, editing, sound design, costume design, production design, those sorts of things. I don't necessarily think that Sinners now breaking the all-time record for most nominations necessarily improves its shots at the Best Picture. We'll talk about Best Picture in a bit. Because, I had a friend of mine text me this morning saying, is it now a lock that Sinners is going to win Best Picture? I'm like, even if you look historically, the film that gets the most nominations does not necessarily win the top prize of Best Picture. I don't know that it increases its chances. but good for everybody on this list.
Delroy Lindo.
It's great. So what's your takeaway seeing this 16 all-time Oscar record just broken?
Look, I think, what's been interesting to me about Sinners and the discussion around Sinners since the very beginning. When it came out, you couldn't even go to see it in 70. They were all, you couldn't get into
You had to
theaters.
book your ticket weeks in advance for a 70
and I
millimeter
think,
IMAX.
To me, one of the great things about Sinners is how transporting it is to a time and a place. And it's very evocative. And what I love about it is I call it getting drenched in Sinners. You just feel the atmosphere. When you're in that juke joint, you can tell how just sweaty it is and the music. And I just love the experience of that movie. And I think people really responded to that. It really gave them, and people just, I hated the fact that people would say, well, it's just like From Dusk Till Dawn. I'm like, okay, the idea that
really
there
isn't.
It's not.
No.
There's a venue, sure. And there are vampires, sure. But that's true of a lot of vampire movies. It just happened to be that the venues both had music. One's a strip club, the other's a juke joint. But the rest of it, it was evocative of America, that area. It was about the immigrant experience. I had to go look up. I hadn't gone to see a movie in a long time where I went and looked up and I said, were there really Chinese immigrants in that area of the country at the time?
There were.
And I found out, yes, there were.
Yes, there were.
And I was like, I didn't know this. And I spent a day going down a rabbit hole and researching this. So, and I love the fact, having done my audio drama about the Al Capone era of Chicago, and that Smoke and Stack had come from working for Capone and working in that area, and they came down to make their bones in that area. I loved everything about it. And so to me, it does what a great Best Picture does. It's experiential, like you say.
Yeah.
It's transportive. It's delicious. The music score, and Ryan Coogler, it also represents the fact that he's working with his longtime buddies. His wife, they've worked together. His composer, they've worked together. They went to school together.
His actor.
Michael B. Jordan is what Scorsese had with Robert De Niro and Leonardo DiCaprio. He has in that. They've all known each other. Ryan Coogler negotiated a deal, an unprecedented deal, that he'll own this movie. It really represents a core group of creators that really made something that is full of passion and love. And you can see it, you can feel it. And Warner Brothers, Pam Abdi and Mike DeLuca said, yep, we'll take that deal. And you felt it in every frame. The cinematography in this movie.
It's gorgeous.
And remember Ryan Coogler doing the Kodak? We talked about doing that. How many directors have ever done that? Where you sit down and you watch a thing from Kodak about how the movie's filmed?
By the way, you mentioned the cinematography. One of the things that I don't hear people talking enough about is there's something very revenant about it.
Oh, yeah.
In the way that Ryan Coogler and his DP used light.
Very natural.
It's moving and emotive. Just the way they used both natural light and reflective and artificial, the lighting of it is just, it's just art. It's beautiful.
And to me, you could reduce this movie and say, oh, it's just a horror film. But to me, this movie represents what cinema at the studio filmmaking level should be about. I would think that every studio film should have this kind of passion and these kind of people behind making it. And you know what? Kudos to them, and kudos to the studio for allowing this to happen, because this is synergy between a studio and a great bunch of filmmakers. I can't wait to see what they do next.
Now, here's the thing. 16 nominations. So I, of course, was hit with a couple of messages today saying, hey, John, the all-time record for wins, 11. Of course, the most recent to do it, Lord of the Rings, Return of the King. It was done 2 other times before that, but no movie's ever won more than 11. Does that mean that record's going to fall? It's not.
No, it's not.
We've gone through the list because we'll talk more about this in a bit. It's not going to win Best Picture. Michael B. Jordan isn't going to win. I don't believe is going to win Best Actor. Wunmi Mosaku is not going to win Best Supporting Actress. Delroy Lindo is not going to win Best Supporting Actor.
Although I would give it to him.
If it weren't,
I love Delroy Lindo so much. When I saw his name,
I would vote for. I'm just saying it's not going to win. Even
if it weren't for Sean Penn.
Ryan Coogler is not going to win Best Director. Yeah. The song "I Lied to You," that's got a shot.
That could win.
That's got a shot. Let's go. Although,
But K-pop,
it's K-pop's year,
yeah.
man. It's Demon Hunter's year.
Yeah.
But you never know. Cinematography's got a shot. Production design. I'm going to say it's probably going to win 5.
Ruth Carter.
For costume
Her
design.
costumes are amazing.
Yep. Again, I'm going to go 5.
I can see sound and editing.
Very impressive 5 Academy Award wins for it. But but no, it's not going to break the Lord of the Rings mark. It's not going to break 11. Anyway, guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? Sinners has just set the all-time Hollywood Oscar Academy Award nomination record with 16 nominations, eclipsing the former record of 14. How many do you think it can actually win now? Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.